Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to Tensura Dungeon. Maybe the last episode, maybe second to last episode. Not 100% sure yet. Anyways, last time, we got Villain. We tested out True Demon Lord. That's a pretty good skill. It's got a bunch of auto-team, auto-kill. You can evolve your subordinates into True Demon Lords, but that's mostly just a multiplayer thing. There's a lot of cool stuff in it. It's a very good skill. It's basically the equivalent to Chosen One slash True Hero, but for villains instead. So it's very cool. So yeah. Other than that, we use Disintegration, which we're going to run another test with in just a moment. Last time we just used it on a couple of bosses, but I didn't actually see how much damage it does. So Disintegration. This is basic Disintegration. It takes 50 seconds. Yeah, it has that full, really cool thing, and you can't actually... Yep, due to the nature of how training dummies actually work, I cannot properly test it against it. I was really hoping it would take enough damage to, I was really hoping it would showcase the damage, so we could see how much damage a regular Disintegration does, and then see how much the maxed out Sanctuary Disintegration does. But sadly, that's not how it works. So a very cool skill. It's an insta-kill on basically anything. The way it works is it's one super, super big hit that takes away all their HP. So I don't think it will work against, like, Hinata, Luminous, or Carrion. Well, we know it didn't work against Carrion last time. So anything else gets one shot, as long as it doesn't have, like, a damage, oh, if I hit this damage, go to phase 2 sort of transformation. So, yeah, very good skill. Messed with some of the holy magic that's been added in. And we started looking at Ame no Uzume, which is the combined form of... Let's see, Ame no Uzume. It's Captivator, which you steal from Ai Hoshino, a new Otherworlder from Mysticism, and Captivator, which you get from a Mysticism... Nope, an Otherworlder that's already in. I don't remember who it is, though. So, that was last time, going over a couple new ultimate skills and some of the other odds and end skills. Yeah, there's a whole lot of cool stuff there. Anyways, we're just in trying stuff out that we haven't seen yet mode, which I believe is just a list of 6 ultimate skills I have right here. I believe the only skill other than that I want to showcase that doesn't have an ultimate is Determination. Uh, so there's that. What else do I need to show off before we're done with this? Chaos Ruler, that's there, apparently has an ultimate score, and we're going to be seeing that one. So yeah, it's just a couple odds and ends things we want to try, and a couple more skills we want to try out, so that's all pretty cool. We're going to need... What happens if I look at Tensura Dungeon here? It's like that, cool. Does it have specific spawn eggs for all the Dominators, or is it just the one? Oh, there is a Silver Mimic. I think I only ever saw the Gold Mimic. What else is in here? Min Slime we saw spawn once. I thought that was a Dungeon Dominator, but I guess it's technically something different. So we haven't yet seen a Dungeon Dominator, and we only saw the Min Slime once, although it disappeared before we could do anything with it. So we have a couple of summons to see. And, oh, Slime Ball, we haven't seen that either. So there's a couple odds and ends, so let's just jump into it. Between episodes, I have done basically nothing. I went ahead and made a beacon. I already have everything just sitting in this backpack. I think this is the first time I have ever actually made a beacon, though. I don't think I've ever... Unless I had, like, a mission in a previous series that said, make this thing and use it for a recipe. I've never used one before. Other than that, just made this, put it down 4 times, and that gets the one of the 2 remaining requirements for hope. And then, a True Demon Lord or True Hero, and then ring the bell 10,000 times. To note, I just did a test with this. There's a bell in this village, wherever it is. If I just hold right click, and just do that for a minute, That had like a bunch of negative effects on it. So yeah, I get about 500 rings a minute like that. I'm at 2,000 now. I would need to hold that down for, I literally just did the math on it, 8 times 2, 16 minutes. Over 15 minutes is just holding right click and standing there to get hope legitimately. So we're going to be cheating hope in. And I guess, do we want to start with that one? No, that one has an ultimate version that I think might actually be God tier from what the BTRUltima wiki said. So if that actually is a God tier ultimate skill, that one's getting saved for a bit. Go away. So, the only skill without an ultimate form that I want to test out is Determination. Survive 10,000 deaths. We could do it, but that's going to take a million years. So we're just going to give ourselves Determination real quick. Oh yes, before we do that though, there's one thing I want to test with Godly Craftsman. There it is, Godly Craftsman. That was the wrong button. This is Holy Bell, this is Holy Magic added in from, I believe, BTRUltima. I should do the mastery thing for this skill. Hold on, mastery... BTRUltima, Holy Bell. Does this unlock a secondary effect? No it doesn't. I'm going to assume this probably just does more damage or something. Anyway, Godly Craftsman, Enchanting. It works. What does it have? Aw, that's a little bit sad. So... and then I forgot that when you put something in there, it loses everything it had. So this no longer has all this cool stuff it's supposed to have, and everything is just like level 1 again. The only thing that stayed higher level than maximum is sharpness because of how differently that one works to everything else. So I just completely ruined our Veldora's Wrath. That's a little bit sad. So this thing can handle enchantments that are 2 levels higher than the baseline maximum, but it cannot handle any of these things being higher level than they're supposed to. Anyways, let's try the same thing. Does it accept Darkness Infusion? It does. That's very cool. So, you can just get everything, I guess. And that means we're going to be able to test Darkness Infusion and Flame Infusion on a weapon we haven't gotten to yet. I really only care about Darkness Infusion. And you get to keep Flame Infusion. Cool. And now let's just put them randomly on our scythe here for... I'll put it in there. Don't put in the wrong one. Nope, that's the wrong thing. So it gets Darkness and Flame Infusion enchant. Cool. Do I want to put the Malim's Aegis in there? It's just going to end up stealing a bunch of its things that you can't see. It already has a bunch of stuff on it, so I don't think that's too big of a deal. So, yeah, a researcher / godly craftsman with the super good gear. That's a bit of a fail of a test, but I guess it's fine. So we now have Flame Infusion and Darkness Infusion, boosting our Dark and Fire skills. So if we just set up a Fireball, or Firebolt in place of Disintegration, and let's see, Dark Cube, I guess? What are the other Darkness skills? I don't think I have many of them. I think my Darkness Beard is only medium, which doesn't really give much. So I guess Dark Cube is gonna have to do, in place of Holy Bell. So if I just put this down, a Firebolt right now does 25 and 67, or 23 and 67? 23 and 67, that seems pretty reliable, so about 90 damage altogether. With Flame Infusion, it goes up to 94 and 35. So, let's see, that's 99, 124, or, let's see, 99 plus 30, 129. So, that's like a 30 damage boost. That's pretty good. And a baseline Dark Cube. 23, 26, 26. There's a bit of weirdness where it takes a second to actually activate. So 26 every time. Up to 31. So let's see, it's not quite a 20% boost, but it's close. Yeah, a 20% boost of 26 is not 5 in a bit, but oh well. So, yeah, just pretty cool. Essentially a 20% boost, not exact, but close enough, so that the difference doesn't matter. And that's pretty good. You just need to get all the armor in like that, or the various weapons also have them built in, if you get lucky enough to get it. Why is that still going? Movement interference, paralysis, spotlights, a bunch of weird stuff's going on. So, very cool. That test, on the other hand, still works, and fusion is very cool. Anyways, on to skills, shall we? And I guess we're gonna start with the determination. I am not getting 20,000 or 10,000 deaths or whatever per illegitimately. So we're going to grant, I believe it's BTRUltima, determination. Cool. A determination has been granted, and I still want to double check this. BTRUltima alteration. Yeah, determination is not here and hope is not here. Cool. Both of those things continue to be true. Determination. Stand strong, weathers fall, fueled by loss, purpose, and hope. Your will alone rewrites fate. When all else fades, you remain filled with determination. Yes, this is an Undertale reference. Anyways, determination. Rewind is a true passive. Plus 15 piercing damage. We gain abnormal condition, magic, physical, spiritual resistance, and time manipulation on obtainment. So a whole bunch of good resistances and time manipulation, which is basically everything around you stops moving. Friendship, a true passive. Permanent strength 5 and saturation 2. And we'll gain a bunch of extra AP. I don't know, gaining AP has never really seemed worth it. No skills really need all that much of it. Here will, another one. 9 times boost, a 9 training point boost, and 2 times damage to Majins. Okay, here we go, an actual passive ability elsewise. Willing Stamina increases AP regeneration by 50. So far, this is seeming really good for like a true hero run that is based around getting a bunch of AP and using it for skills. Although I have never seen a skill require so much AP that you would need all that. People are strange. I accidentally walked into that. So, right now it's seeming like it's got some good defensive capabilities, and it's really good for training up and gaining a bunch of AP. But AP isn't that big of a deal. I think I've run out of it at like 3 times across all of our Tensura runs. Oh, Death Refusal, true passive, no limitations or cooldown, 50% chance to survive upon death. I'm curious if that counts all deaths, like if I did slash kill, would I still have like a 50-50 shot to survive? Or, no limitations and no cooldowns. That makes me think that something like slash kill could maybe be resisted. Also, that makes me think that something like disintegration and or the melt slash could be resisted. If either of those two things are true, then that is a very, very, very powerful skill. I might have to go look at the wiki slash the Discord for this to see if someone has tested that to see. Otherwise, we're gonna have to do it ourselves. So, mode 1, save. Sets a respawn point that mimics death refusal, but with 100% success. Instantly heals the user to max HP. That's the wrong button. So, save. Okay, it works like this, where it sets up like a fake body for us to return to. Got it. So, cool. It works like not unyielding, whatever the other one is that does that. It might be unyielding. I might be second guessing myself and then getting it wrong because of that. Oh well. So that's pretty good. Yeah, so far a very, very powerful defensive skill. Save, load, activates the set save point, teleports user there and restores max HP. And spare, okay. Load will just switch places with it. Spare. You hurt me, but I refuse to strike. You might fight my kind, but I'll spare you just one more time. I'm sorry, I could not resist that. Instantly tames mobs for 8.5 minutes, including bosses. Oh no, we can tame the Orc Disaster again. We got a skill that managed to temporarily tame the Orc Disaster at least, and it looks like that's still temporary. Spare, Mind Control 2. It looks like that's permanent. That does not look like 8.5 minutes. Spare. Instantly tames mobs, including bosses, for 8.5 minutes if they are under 50% max HP or have max EP below 75% of their users. On players, they become extremely weak and slow. Okay. Is that it? That says it's only supposed to be temporary, but that looks like that does not have a cooldown on it. Like, when we use mind control from Limitless, it gives a 20-minute countdown. That does not. I'm curious if that's not fully working and is somehow just eternal. Orc Disaster, which is this one. Just one of these ones, please. I'll spare you. Mind Control 2. Set to Wander. It's just gonna beat up all of its friends. Set to Stay. Okay, it does not actually listen to commands. Besides Follow for some reason. Wander and Stay. But I believe this is a permanently tamed Orc Disaster now. And where the Orc Disaster goes, its Orc Army goes. So, that's pretty cool. Like, that's no big deal. Nothing too scary about that power. It's not like I could get an army of Hanatas to go beat someone up if I wanted. Okay, then. And we're not done. I think it looked like Dimension Box. Grants access to a storage dimension size for the chest with 16 rows, 64 per slot. Okay, Dimensional Box. It's a chest you take with you. It's even just a singular chest. It's not that impressive. But it doesn't need to be. That's like an extra storage space is always nice, even if it's not that big. And we can essentially permanently tame like Hanatas and Charybdises, yeah, Carrions. Do I have enough money for a Hanada spawn egg? Do I care about money at this point? Am I just cheating entirely? I think I'm just cheating entirely if I don't. So, let's say I tried to spare Hanada here. Yeah, she is sufficiently weak in comparison. Oh no. Oh no. And where Hanada goes, her spirits go. I now have a... I'm not entirely sure what happened that forced her to go into mode 2. But yeah. Hinata, Owner Ardendrous, Mind Control 2 permanently. Oh, you can put that on your head? I could have sworn I tried putting that on my head and it didn't work before. Oh, cool. That's been changed. That didn't work in the original version, did it? I could have sworn I tried doing that at one point and it just did not work at all. Interesting. Anyways, yeah. Can you just stay? You do have a sitting animation. Cool. There were ways to sort of eventually get a forced tame Hinata, but it worked very, very situationally and you needed ultimate skills for this. This is just unique. Okay, so starting off strong with determination here. Do we want to move over to Hope? I mean, stick with the Undertale vibe. You go over to Hope instead and get to see Hope's ultimate form. Which of the... If I'm going to make this the second to last episode and one more after it, I'm probably going to have to cut out at least one of the ultimate skills on this list, if it's going to take me this long for each one. I don't know. We'll see. Let's do Hope real quick, and I guess we'll go through its ultimate form as well. So, Tensura, edit, me, ability, grant, BTRUltima, and we are looking for Hope. The The Undertale set, I'll call them. Anyways, here it is, here it is, there it is. Even in the bleakest times you shine. Harness the latent powers in others, amplify their light, and guide them forward. Hope isn't just a feeling, it's a force, and it's yours. This one actually has a cool a design on it. Is Hope a Deltarune thing? I feel like Hope was probably mentioned in the original Undertale too. Which I have. I really need to play it. That's probably going to be a series at one point. I've never played it before. I've watched it played all the way through, but never played it myself. Anyways, Hope. Passives. Power synergy, passive toggled. Power amplification, and a bunch of cool boosts to all of your allies. Okay. Magic heal regeneration and instant regen too. Okay, that's very good. Automatically cleanse all harmful things affected by a config file. Okay, it's got a couple little passes, but nothing too major. Cannot be used against ultimate skills. Modes. Power regulation. Mode 1. Targets within 15 blocks are affected directly based on skill status. If something has a unique skill, then it gets slowness 2, weakness 1, spatial blockade for a little bit. Otherwise, it gets slowness, weakness, burden, spatial blockade. Okay, so basically everything around us is just not allowed to really move all that much. Does that slowness, burden, weakness, anti-skill? I mean, anti-skill is very nice. That makes that a very good skill. Especially since the anti-skill still works against all unique skills users, right? Yeah, spatial blockade is anti-skilled. That one still works even if they have a unique, so that's very good. Anyways, next up is power amplification. Shortens cooldown of hope by 100 seconds, grants those things and magical stuff. So power amplification seems like it works on me specifically, while everything else seems to work on allies and just entities around me. Hinata just does not care that she's supposed to be sitting down. She's still trying to kick butt. Come on. 8 seconds just needs to go by real quick. And determination is pretty quickly about to max out. Oh, I just force tamed her again, which, yeah, even if it didn't seem like this might be broken in Eternal anyways, it looks like I could just attach it back onto her every time I want. Let's see. Magic Heal Regen 2. Yeah, it's hard to see with all the extra effects, but that definitely is there and definitely is pretty cool. I don't see what it means about cooldown, though. Let's see. Power regulation. Shortens cooldown of hope by 100 seconds, but you couldn't use it while it was on cooldown, so I don't know for sure what that really means. Anyways, just like a little power boost. It's nice, but I've seen better. Power mimicry. Attempt to copy up to 4 random extra, intrinsic, or common skills, as well as all resistances and nullifications from each entity within 10 blocks. Oh, and it copies unique skills for free. Okay. Power mimicry. You stole body armor, and it's only a 10-second cooldown, and it's essentially free. Okay. I was thinking, this skill has some cool stuff going on, but it's nothing too insanely powerful. And then you get to the last thing, and it's like, okay, you steal everything. Like, you copy everything you possibly can from enemies. So, that's pretty good. Like, I could run around. I could steal Mathematician from Hinata if I wanted to with that. Do I have Mathematician already? I do. But I can just go steal Usurper. Didn't have that one yet, and it didn't cost me. It definitely cost me EP. It just cost me 200,000 EP. What do you want, game? You said it was free. That's, although that doesn't really matter. 200,000 EP at this point is nothing. That would matter a little bit more when you lower it down. But, yeah, that's just really cool. What am I walking towards? What are you? Oh, this is my backup body. Oh, yeah? I think I can steal from my own backup body, obviously. I'm curious if the dungeon dominators have skills. Maybe we should be spawning those in now. Or, yeah, we'll get to those next time, probably. So hope. Actually a very, very powerful skill here. Yeah, copy everything from anything around you, including unique skills. You got some random chance for stuff. Yeah, just very nice. Anyways, our regulation has a 45-second cooldown. I could legitimately do like the whole mastery thing, but instead we're just going to do this. And I don't believe this thing's... It's been mastered. I think this one's evolution has some extra stuff going on that's not listed because its ultimate form isn't in here. Let me go pull it up to make sure. So we're cheating this thing's evolution. So, in order to evolve this thing, you need Hope Mastered. And so that's the only thing we could actually do. Or I say that. You need Hope Mastered, and you need 100 subordinates. And we can do those two things. Next up, 60 million MP. Or, yeah, 60 million MP. So, yeah. This is a God class ultimate skill. It is very expensive and apparently very powerful. I haven't actually read up on it yet. So that's just already a no. Next up, Awaken as a True Hero. It very, very specifically says True Hero. Much like how Villain is specifically for Demon Lords and Chosen One, or whatever it is specifically for True Heroes. Much like both of these two, you need to be on the hero path for this. So again, there's X number 2. And then we need 1,000 Hope Shards. The Hope Shards aren't listed anywheres in that wiki because apparently they're a newer edition. I think we have 12 or something like that back at home. I can go double check this. I have a couple because they are a very rare drop from Otherworlders. I have 28, or not Otherworlders, Villagers. Very rare Villager drop along with the other shards. So yeah, that's not happening. Edit, grant, BTRUltima, Phoenix. Hope was sacrificed to evolve into the ability Phoenix. Phoenix has been given. Cool. So, yeah, let's, it's an ultimate skill. It just says Phoenix. It's a Phoenix. So, I haven't toggled it on yet. What happens when we do? Toggled on. Passive in slot, Power Mimicry. Instantly copies every skill from anyone within 15 blocks, including ultimate skills at the cost of MP. That's a passive skill now? Hold on, what? Power Mimicry. Power Negation, Phoenix Flame, Fire Avatar. Yeah, it's just a passive skill now. Does it have a cooldown of some sort? I don't have Frostbite. It just sort of happens. Cool. If I stand near something for long enough, it will just eventually activate and I'll steal all their skills, including ultimates. Okay, we're starting off with ultimate skill stealing. That's the starting point. It only keeps going. Let's see. Phoenix, that's power mimicry in slots. Phoenix Instincts. When it's toggled, you gain universal perception, increase movement speed, increase attack speed, increase learning points. It's only 5 points. Okay, so it gives a very small boost for learning. Clean any harmful effects stated by that status immunity. Resurrection Force. Passive in slot toggled. Upon death, flames will resurrect the phoenix into its avatar form for 2 minutes. Won't work if the skill is on cooldown. Every subordinate of the user within 50 blocks will gain Inspiration 20 continuously. Okay, so if we were to die, which probably just isn't happening at this point, will this work? I believe we are now in, let's see. Let's see, Resurrection Force, Avatar Form. I've skipped ahead slightly. Fire Avatar Mode. It's an active skill, but I'm assuming this is just like a way to get it passively. Gains instant regen, night vision, strength 20, magical regen 6, dig speed 7, Phoenix fire damage multiplication time from 5 to 25, bypass resurrection force passive cooldown requirement, MP. Okay. And we double our MP. So if we were to die in this form, An unexpected error occurred while trying to execute that command. That didn't really go as planned. I thought reading through all that, I misunderstood apparently. I thought what it meant was, if I would die, I'll just get recovered, and for the next 5 minutes, I'm unkillable. Like we saw slash kill instantly resurrected us there. I guess not. Okay, so slash killed. We're now in Phoenix Avatar mode. We got strength. Huh. It says it regenerates you into Avatar mode, but it doesn't actually give us the effects that Avatar mode is supposed to have. We're supposed to have strength 21, and we're supposed to have magic heal regen 6 right now if we were in Avatar mode. Plus our damage boost and all that stuff should be higher, so that's not actually putting us into Avatar mode, but it is keeping us alive forever, so that's pretty good. Well, basically we can't die. For every 40 seconds we become unkillable. Cool. Let's see. After that, Resurrection Force, Cosmic Pyrokinesis, passive in slots, bypass resistances, turn nullifications into resistances, deals burning damage on hit. Any fire damage is boosted by 5, and then we gain fire resistance, nullification, manipulation, and domination. So let's pull back out our fire bolt skill again. And let's pull out our training dummy friend, which is somewhere in here. There it is. So, Phoenix is right there if I just get rid of Phoenix. 125, 336. We're gonna do it again one more time. 125, 336. That's with no other boost. Unless the boost is activated and part of the Phoenix thing happened, but not all of it. 125, 336. Okay, so we apparently are in the Fire Phoenix mode. It's just not properly showcasing. Or maybe it doesn't have an animation in the... I don't know, part of it seems like it worked, part of it didn't. So yeah, 125, 336 now. And... that is not a... Flame Infusion on the weapon definitely is not a 25% boost. Now it's doing almost a 50% boost. I don't know what's going on. Also, we just do fire damage. So, yeah. Yeah, fire skills just are insanely powerful now. Do we have Flame Manipulation and Domination both turned on? No, we have them off for some reason. Flame Manipulation, Flame Domination. That's 1800, 1850 across all of them. 1880, 700, 25, almost 2600 damage with that fire. And that is the weakest fire skill we have. It doesn't look like we have the super strong version I wanted, but... Hold on, let's grab out Flame Domination. Is it attached to Flame Domination or Black Flame? Let's just boost this more. We weren't strong enough. So just a whole bunch of damage. Fireball, this one, it's been learned. 23,000 plus 4,400. And was that an 80,000? It's hard to tell. Yep, that's an 80,000 damage. So that's pretty cool with all of those boosts powered on, as if that spell wasn't strong enough. Other than that, just super strong fire boost. Cool. That's the pyrokinesis. Now it's onto the actual modes. Power negation. Upon use, every non-allied entity within 30 blocks will gain spiritual blockade, energy blockade, and anti-skill. Okay, so that works pretty similarly. It doesn't, like, slow things down anymore. But that's a bunch of really good effects, especially if you're fighting someone that's launching unique skills or something at you. So, yeah. Hold on. I need to fight a Hinata real quick. I'm just gonna grab it this way. This is faster, and I think I'm running out of coins anyways. I'm not in cheat mode. So, hey Hinata, let's just do this real quick. Power negation. You just used Melt Slash on me. Anyways. Power negation. Anti-skill. Why are you trying to beat up the fish? Are you trying to run away from me? Oh. I feel a little bit bad for this. Hinata just cannot do anything anymore. It's... I actually feel a little bit bad for that. Cool, we just beat Hinata. And it was she used magic. I guess when she mode changed, the power negation got turned off. Not entirely sure what just happened there. Hinata just plays by different rules, apparently, but that's pretty cool. We saw it work on her first form, at least. Next up, Phoenix Flame. Grant speed boost 5. Every player within a 50 by 50 radius with any player within 50 blocks that's 80% weaker than us, or at least 80%, or at most 80% weaker than us. That's very hard to say. I think I'm saying this wrong every single time. If they have 80% of our max EP, they gain Fear 10. Entities gain it for having an... Yeah. So players, they need to be 80% our strength, but any mob that's less than our EP just instantly gets it. So... Yeah, Fear... It should have Fear 10. It doesn't. 1 second, 4 seconds, and we can try it again. This thing should instantly get Fear. It's not. Why is it not? No idea. Phoenix Flames, entities, get all that stuff. All allies get instant regen and have every negative status effect removed. Also becomes invulnerable for some seconds. Cool. So, everything around us gets really bad negative effects. It doesn't seem like it's giving them the right ones. Yeah, this skill is supposed to give them fear, but instead it's giving the same ones as power negation, which actually makes it better. And every ally just becomes unkillable for a little bit and gets really good regen. So again, very powerful. Next up, and the final active skill is Fire Avatar. Upon use for 5 minutes, the user will get the Fire Avatar effect. Boosting, still thinking is what it says. Fire Avatar, nothing changes. Still not... Oh, there you can see Fire Avatar for 5 minutes. We should have Strength 21, but we don't. Unless it's using Strength Thin to get the Strength 21. Also... Or unless it's all just built right into the Fire Avatar thing. So... Hold on. I need Firebolt, because it is more testable with how big it is. Firebolt. Yep. I believe that version of Firebolt is still doing more damage than what it did. Maybe? I don't know. I think with the whole, like, respawn thing, we were getting the full damage, but apparently in this mode, the boost you get for your fire is supposed to be 25 damage instead of, like, a normal 5 times fire damage boost you get. I'm not entirely sure what's happening, but we have really, really good effects right now, and all MP and EP is doubled. So yeah. Yeah, we literally become unkillable and get a whole bunch of superpowers while debuffing enemies and making sure they can't actually fight back. That is how this skill works. Plus, we just steal skills whenever we want. Like, Luminous doesn't have her ultimate skill in this mode, or in this, in the add-on, because that is an add-on, and it's not actually, it's an official add-on, and Mysticism is not. So we can't actually steal an ultimate skill in this world, unless I had a skill that let me give away ultimate skills, which I do not, but I believe it does exist. But yeah, Phoenix, actually unkillable. Our allies become unkillable. Things literally cannot fight back. Yeah, I'd say this is God class ultimate skill. Yeah, I'd say it's worthy of that title. And I believe that's all. It's actually kind of straightforward. You get really good fire skills, things can't attack you, your allies get boosted, and you become unkillable. You're literally a phoenix. That's it. It's something super out there and fancy. No like super flashy move attached to it. But yeah. Some skills don't need them. Some of them just speak for themselves. But that's the Undertale set of skills. After that, I can just cross off those two. I think there's 6 more. Um, that's Phoenix. I wanted to showcase Determination, and we did, but I didn't have it written down. There are 5 more, technically 6, but one ultimate evolves into another, left and that we haven't seen at all. Do I care about? I don't know if I care about the Victorious Harbinger one. I suppose we'll do that very quick and then save the really cool ones that I want to showcase for next time. But Victorious Harbinger, you can't get it. You have to cheat it in. Courage of the Strong grants immunity to psychological things. Relentless Barrage increases attack speed by 10%. Might releases an overwhelming aura that inflicts fear. Tenacious Resolve weakens duration and level of harmful effects. I guess I'll give myself Victorious Harbinger real quick. Slash Tensura grants Victorious Harbinger. Ability grants TR Mysticism. TR Beyond Skywalk? Skywalking art? Hold on, what's that? Skywalk and Skywalking arts. Are those battle wills? Harness the power of the wind to create invisible footholds in the air, allowing the user to unleash ground-only attacks while airborne. Huh. I wonder how you get these. Skywalk and, that one. Sure, I'll toggle them on. Default. Skywalking on. Okay. Platform lowered. Okay, so essentially we just have like an invisible platform under our feet, and we can turn it off and on. So you don't really need that while flying, but I think there are some skills that specifically need you be on the ground. So, I guess that's cool for a couple of things. Anyways, what were we doing? Did I actually give myself? I didn't. PR Mysticism, Victorious Harbinger. I think it's going to be the last one on the list, or like one of. Victorious Harbinger. So this skill, it doesn't really seem that interesting. You are the forerunner of victory. Your presence declares near-fated victory, shatter the morale of your enemies, and have no doubts in your ability. We're running through this one real quick. So we already read through it. Nothing too powerful. We already can't be feared or charmed. Relentless Barrage is a passive toggle. Attack speed plus 10, it's not great. Might, and the other thing. Yeah, that's just a weaker hockey. And Tenacious Resolve. What did that one do? Weakens duration and level of harmful effects. Not blocked by Courage of the Strong. So, this one's just sort of I don't think it was in BTRUltima alteration. No, it is not. So we're going to have to actually do this one's evolution. So let's just max and do this. This is a very straightforward, very weak one, I think. And probably just go get some EP real quick. So, 1 second. Okay, I figured it out. Apparently I had the soul quality thing on. I thought that was something you had to specifically turn on. That basically, it's for mysticism and limits how many ultimate skills you can have. I guess it was turned on and our soul quality was only 2. I thought I had that turned off. Anyways, I changed it to 100. We can now have basically unlimited ultimate skills. And in turn, we can now get Invictus. Oh yeah, CL is renamed Raphael, so it's weird. That's why it's down there. Invictus, you are deemed God's warrior, an emperor of all domains related to the battlefield. Nothing stands in the path that you pave and tread. You are invincible. Title card, I'm assuming. Never seen that show either. Anyways, Invictus, I believe it has a passive toggle. Invictus, toggle. Where is it? Where'd I put my phone? Here it is. I was trying to figure it out. So, toggle on. Unbreakable Will grants immunity to things like Insanity and Charm. Additionally, lethal damage is negated once every 10 minutes. And we gain 3 seconds of invincibility and displaying an on-screen warning when HP reaches 0. Okay, so that's cool. Phoenix's revival thing just seems better. It's got a shorter cooldown. But you can't die every 10 minutes is very nice. Conqueror's Might. The user's physical attack we ignore physical attack resistance and nullifies resist. Damage to spiritual life forms is increased by 30%. And then, of course, we have thought acceleration because every skill has to have thought acceleration. Anyways, Kaiser's Domain. Let's just go over it. Kaiser's Domain. Releases an overwhelming aura that inflicts fear. Yep. It's a hockey, has a 30-second cooldown, and apparently any subordinates in range of it actually get healed and get their negative effects removed while it's going on. So that's cool. I don't think any other hockey actually has access to that. Like, not even the Chosen One hockey does that. It is going to take a few moments for it to be back on, and this isn't tamed. But let's just go ahead and let's just mind control you. This is now our tamed thing. Does that count as a negative effect? Am I going to instantly get rid of this thing's mind control in a moment? Probably, actually. Oh, yep. Yeah. So, do not use this if you did not actually permanently make it a subordinate, because it will heal the mind control and then instantly kill your subordinates otherwise. So, be careful with it. Anyways, that's that. Relentless Echo. Let's see. Inflict level 2 weakness, slowness, fragility, and burden onto a single target that you're looking at. That it? I mean, those are some nice negatives. I don't really think that's going to be stopping any bosses very much. Like, the odds of actually hitting that, you need to be within 10 blocks. You need to actually aim it properly. You get 1 shot a minute, and those effects... I mean, Burden and Paralysis... Oh, it already has Paralysis because of other effects. But, like, Burden makes it hard to move, and they're weaker and take more damage. So, I don't know. I guess that is good. I don't know if I'd ever use it. That's kind of situational, in my opinion. Anyways, that's kind of cool. Invincible Victory. It grants the user invulnerability for 30 seconds. You cannot regenerate during this time. You suffer a weakened state for 10 seconds after the effect ends. Has a cooldown of 45 seconds. So for 10 seconds, is it 10 seconds? For 30 seconds, we literally cannot take damage. But we don't regenerate during that time, so if we were just down on like 8,000 HP, or we were just about dead, we activate that. And we keep ourselves at 100 HP or whatever while we fight. And then after a bit, the come down is apparently pretty rough. Invincible Victory. It lasts for 30 seconds, has a 45-second cooldown, and a negative effect time for 10 seconds. That's kind of interesting, actually. So there's like 5 seconds where not activated at all. What just happened? That was not 30 seconds. That was like 15. And oh yeah, we don't care about negative effects. All negative effects instantly get removed, so we can't even showcase that. And I don't think it's just Phoenix. I'd have to turn off like everything else or that. So you should be severely weakened at this point. We are not. So invincibility is very powerful, so that's just pretty good too. I keep pressing the wrong button. And not finally, Conquest. Unleashes a 10-block arc slash, dealing damage that equates to 2,000, avoids physical attack null, and destroys all barriers. Okay, hold on. I just accidentally mind controlled that thing. Wait, 300 seconds? This says 20. The wiki for this skill says that it has a 20-second cooldown. Why is it 5 minutes in game? Did it just get updated, or is it just about to be updated? That just doesn't add up. Like, I think that sounds like it could be a pretty good skill. I don't know if that's a 5-minute cooldown worthy skill, though. Invictus. Do that. And we are going for cooldown. And actually, we need to do mastery for that as well. Mastery needs to go to max because it has one more skill to learn. Mastery. Cool. Let's try conquest one more time. 5-minute cooldown. Go back and do this. But if I just do like this real quick, it says equal to 2,000 damage. It only did about 700, and it looks pretty simple to hit. Anything within that range is getting hit for like a big chunk of damage, and it ignores nullification for physical attacks, so that's pretty good, actually. Although, really don't think it's worth 5-minute cooldown. And finally, Glorious Verdict. Targets a single enemy within 20 blocks. If they have less than 25% of our max EP, they lose 30% of the remaining. If they have more, they lose 15%. Only works on strong enemies. Same applies to mobs, except EP instead of max of MP and AP. Okay, so basically you're stealing temporary EP from enemy, or temporary, what's the word? Our current magic heals and our current aura. Those are separate from max. If this was used on a player, then they'd lose some of that stuff, like 25% of it. Where it's just used on a mob, however, apparently they just lose part of their max EP. Do we gain it? To 7099. That's where it ends at right now. Do we gain it? If not, I don't understand why you'd use the skill. Like, this is the sort of thing. Steal EP for mobs. Do I gain the EP? No, so essentially that's just a 4-hit kill then, because I'm draining away all their EP. 7099. Yeah, so basically drain a quarter of a mob's EP. I should actually... And they regenerate it before the timer actually runs out. So, yeah, I don't think you'd ever actually use this skill. Maybe on a player, but against mobs? Maybe against something like Hinata. Oh, hold on. It's supposed to be used on a mob with 500,000 EP. I forgot a step in this. Hold on. So, Hinata, you have 1,000,000. You're down to 725,000. Just get rid of all these things real quick. You're still down at 100. I forgot exactly what this said immediately after I stopped looking at it. But, this is a guaranteed 4-shot against Hinata, isn't it? And I think this will... No, we tried to drain away Hinata. It does not bypass her mode change, I don't think. You need to target a living entity. There we go. It's hard to actually keep track of her. She's down to 400,000. Do that twice more and she'll instant... Is it current or max? If it's current, then no, you cannot kill her with this. I did not mean to one-shot her there. I don't know how I one-shot her there, but I one-shot her right there. So, I mean, yeah, I guess that's cool. I mean, there's cool stuff in here. It's not the strongest ultimate skill, but I guess you're not going to complain if you get a unique skill that can go into ultimate no matter what it is. There's a couple skills in here that I just don't, that are just so situational. I don't know if I'd ever use them, though. Like that, maybe against a player, but in single player, not really. Conquest is nice. It's weird that it has a 5-minute cooldown when this says it's supposed to have 20. Like, that's got to be an oversight of some sort, either on the wiki or in game. But if it's an oversight on the wiki and that's accurate, that feels a little too punishing. So yeah, invulnerability and a really good attack skill. Everything else, I think there's just better versions of hockey just in base game. So I don't know. An interesting skill. It's got some real cool stuff in it. I do really like Conquest and Invincible Victory. Those are very nice. Everything else, I don't know. I don't know how often I actually use it. But anyways, that's one of the last couple ultimate skills down. After that, I think we're getting close to the end here. We still need to look at the dungeon dominators. And there are 4 ultimate skills besides that I want to look at. Tomorrow might be a long one, but we will probably be reaching the end. But for right now, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody. I want to thank everyone one more time for watching, and a special thank you to the channel members. Yamato Tanagura, Goddess of the Starfilled Void, and the Phantom Knight. Thank you three so much for the extra support. So for real now, take care, everybody.